because I'm always rocking the new shit. What's up and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Asha Everything. Shout out to the A1 Day Ones, y'all. Y'all know I love y'all and thank you guys always for supporting my channel. So again, you're here because you read the title and you like, let me see what sis talking about. Sis might be dropping some gems, and if you new, you gonna see, you're gonna learn very quickly that we are very transparent here on this channel, and I'm gonna give you guys the most real and authentic myself that I can give you guys. And I'm just gonna keep it a buck, and I'm gonna tell you guys more about me and, you know, pretty much how I got to where I am today as far as just my career and just everything that I have going on. So I'm excited to share with you guys. So right before we do that, y'all, let's jump into this cute little, you know what I'm saying, intro that I got, because your girl be looking cute, y'all. If y'all new to this channel, y'all gonna see. And make sure you guys go ahead and thumbs me up, because y'all know how it is with the algorithm. Push this video, y'all. We gotta, all my A1s, I know y'all got me, but if you new, go ahead and thumbs it up, because I'm gonna give you exactly what you're looking for. So let's go ahead and hop into the intro. Last year was where the confidence resides. This year, we're gold digging. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the intro. So how I have decided that I am going to start this video off, I am going to start from how, like, basically the beginning, and then we'll talk about where I am now. So this video is for any woman or man who is out there and you don't know how to get to the next phase. Like, you're either stuck, you're being pigeonholed in a position and you don't know how to get out of it, or you're looking for a new job and you don't know how to go, or if you literally just graduated college, or if you're trying to switch fields, this video is for you. So believe me, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly the steps that I did to where I am. The biggest thing I asked while watching this video is to understand that patience is key. Nothing happens overnight. Don't let any of these people on social media fool y'all. I think it was Kevin Gates, he said it best. We only see the highlights of people's lives on social media, right? You see the glitz and the glam, you see the designer, you see the hair done, the nails, you see like all this stuff, and you don't know where that came from. Like, you really don't know. You don't know if somebody, and this is just me telling y'all because I'm keeping it a buck. You don't know if somebody slept their way to get to where they at. You don't know if they inherited their money from someone who died in their family. They may have a mental illness that you don't know about, and that's like the negative side of it. But in all actuality, we sit here and we watch people on social media. I fell subjective to this as well, so I'm talking about me too. But we watch these people and we're like, oh, they have all these things, why don't I have these things? And sometimes we ask for that depression to fall on us. And I'm making this video because I want to be transparent about me, just in case any of you guys see my life and be like, oh, I like what she does, or I want to be like that, or I want to have that. I'm gonna tell you what I did, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. But a lot of these people are not keeping it real with y'all, and they're not telling y'all the truth. So I just want y'all to be mindful. So I want to throw the video off just with that first, and then I'm about to start. So boom, I like saying that, boom. Okay guys, so I went to college. I went to 3 different colleges, really 4, but I count 3 of them. Went to 3 different colleges. So I got my bachelor's in film studies with a minor in journalism. That is what I graduated Georgia State University, is where I got my bachelor's from. I started off at Albany State. I was there for 2 years. And then I transferred. Well, I did that's why I said maybe 4, because I did like a summertime at like a Georgia perimeter just to get my credits up. And then I transferred to the University of West Georgia. I did a year there. And then I transferred to Georgia State my senior year, and I did a year there. So I still graduated college in 4 years, and I went to damn near 4 different schools during that time frame. But I graduated with a film studies degree. So initially when I graduated, my dream was to either be on the radio, like be a radio show host, become an actress, or something in that realm. Like that's what my mind was at. Like, I'm either gonna be a talk show host, can't even talk, y'all. I'm either gonna be a talk show host, or I'm gonna be some type of actress, or I'm gonna be doing something in the TV, film, radio industry. That was it. I didn't care what I did. I said I just have to be in that industry, period. Like, that's just what I wanted to do. So make a long story short, you know, I set out to do that. I interned at every radio station here in the Atlanta area. So I did the 94.5s, the V103s, the 107.9s. Y'all, if you from here, then you know those stations. They are the top branded stations here in this area. Yes, I worked at one and I interned at the others. I did my thing, y'all, as far as just trying my best to get in the industry and just work around that. So that was the first thing I did. Next thing I did was, I was like, okay, maybe that's not for me. I think I was getting paid, this is when minimum wage was like $7.25. I was getting paid $7.25 and I was like, I can't do nothing with this. I was still living at home with my parents, but it just wasn't enough money. So I was like, okay, well, let me transfer into my second passion, which at the time was working in the film and television industry. So how I broke into that, and I want to shout her out because I love her so much. This is like one of my closest friends, and she just literally is the reason I credit a lot of where I'm at today because of her. So Ashley Simmons, I love you so much. If you watch this video, just know I'm talking about you, girl. Well, you gonna know anyway, but Ashley put me on, and how I met Ashley is through college. This is why college is important. College is not necessarily important to say like, oh, you're gonna get paid all this money, blah, blah, blah. Because as some of you may know, just because you go to college does not mean you're gonna be getting paid good money. It does not even mean you're gonna be placed in your field. Because we know a lot of people who go to college to be all these things and they never get an opportunity to work in their field because the field is either oversaturated or they didn't, you know, keep going, they kind of gave up. It's just so many different variables. So I do want to put that into perspective. So I met Ashley in college, and her and I started there becoming friends, and she was older than me. So when she came back, she had already been there, done that, baby. She was already working on Real Housewives of Atlanta and a few other shows. So she came back to like talk to the girls who were still in college. And I was like I walked up on her and I said, look, hey, I want to do that at some point. Can I get your information? And, you know, once I graduate college, I want to be able to reach out to you. So fast forward. And before I even got to Ashley, I did like maybe one thing with Tyler Perry Studios, and I worked with him and worked as a production coordinator, production assistant. But where I got my first big break where I really had a job that lasted months was through Ashley, and I'm so grateful. So the first show that I worked months on, and this is as a production assistant. Now I did do some acting stuff, and we'll talk about that in a whole nother video, y'all. So if y'all want to hear the stories of how I worked on a TLC movie and a few other shows, we'll talk about that in another vlog. But this right here is just for my women who trying to get it and get to that bag. I just want to give y'all a quick story of how I got there. So back to what I was saying, I did that. First show I worked on was T.I. and Tiny Family Hustle. This was the series before they added Monica and Friends and Toya Wright and everybody. This is when it was just about their family. So I worked on seasons, I think season 5 and season 6, something like that. Maybe 4, 5, and 6. I can't remember, y'all, because it's been about almost like 7 years since I did that. 7, 8 years. So it's been a while. But make a long story short, this is a job where this is the most money I had ever made. So if you watching this and you thinking about going to the film and television industry, baby, they're paying that the check, okay? I was making very good money at a young age. Mind you, I started doing this when I was like 22, probably like 22, 23-ish. Y'all, I was making $1,000 a week. And that was like after taxes. I'm making $1,000 a week. Working, and mind y'all, I was young and I was like hitting it. The only downside to that, and I have to be transparent with y'all, is I had to work 6 days a week, and I was at work for a little damn near 12 hours a day. So I only had one day off. I think it was Sunday or Saturday, I can't remember, but otherwise I was at work. So it's like, that's the only negative cons about working in the TV and film industry is, yes, you making hella bands, but you probably not gonna have time to do nothing with the money. And that was me. I had all this money. I was so up. I told my mom and dad, I said, I'm gonna see y'all later. I'm about to get my own place. So this was in 2017. I hopped off the porch and got my own place, y'all. And I was like, yeah, it's on and popping. Like, I'm making all this bread. I can live wherever I want to. I moved to the Atlanta area. I said, it's me. And it was on me. I didn't have a roommate. Literally have never had a roommate. I only had a roommate when I was in college. Obviously, you kind of do. Most colleges, you have to have a roommate unless you move off campus, but I never did that. So make a long story short, yes, I just felt like a boss bitch. I was 24 years old in my own apartment, no roommate. I was doing it and I was making good money. So make a long story short, this is around the time when T.I. and Tiny basically had that infidelity going on, and essentially it ended. So make a long story short, they was like, oh, we're not coming back for a season. I think it was gonna be a season 6 or 7. I can't remember, y'all. So don't quote me on the seasons. Just quote me on whenever they was supposed to be done. That's when this is going down. And so now production is calling, and they're like, oh, yeah, we won't be needing you next season. So because I was a production coordinator, I had got promoted. I was now coordinating. They was like, oh, we don't need you, sis, or any of y'all for that matter, because we won't be coming back. And so now I'm like, oh my God. So make a long story short, during that period, it had been like 2 months had went by. And back then, y'all, I didn't know about unemployment and shit like that. Like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't find out a lot of stuff until the pandemic popped off. That's when I realized there was a such thing as all these things. So here I was, had money in my savings, and I'm depleting my savings at this time because I'm like, oh fuck no. Like I didn't know that this was gonna be happening to me. And then and I didn't even tell y'all this part. In the meanwhile of me doing this, I also was obtaining my master's from West Georgia. And so not only was I paying out of pocket for the summertime, because you have to kind of pay out of pocket for the summer. I was paying out of pocket, so my tuition was like I'm paying $2,000 that summer. In that same breath, I had just got told that I wasn't gonna be coming back to work the next season. So now bitch is broke, ain't got no job. So all hell had literally broke loose. This is 2017. Yeah, 2017, all hell had broke loose. So now what, right? So now what? So this is when my career objectives and goals took a complete turn. So at this point, I was looking for any job. I was like, I just need to be somewhere. I need to be making something. I'm depleting my savings. I live alone. I'm in this apartment. My first apartment was like $1,100. I paid $1,100. Yes, y'all, for an apartment. But you have to understand, I was making $1,000 a week. That wasn't nothing to me. My car note was $290. So I was like, shoot, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I can afford my life. So now I'm like, oh shit, I'm not making anything. I'm depleting my savings. So my good friend Natasha, again, if you watching this, thank you, girl. She was working at this company at this time called Market Source, and she was like, girl, you can come work over here. We hiring. And it was like $16.85 an hour or whatever. I was like, I'll take it. This was back when it was extremely, my bad, y'all, it was extremely hard to get jobs. Like now, I feel like anybody can get a damn job because everybody's quitting and all this is going on. But back then it was so hard to get a job, and so I was like, girl, I'll take it. So I ended up getting a job at Market Source, and I was working in sales. And y'all, I stayed at that job probably for like 6 months. I cried damn near every day heading into the job. Maybe the last 2 months I was there. Hated the job because it was a sales job. It was a job where I had to hire people to work for like Best Buy and all these places. But I tell y'all this to say, I had to get up out of there. I was like, I cannot stay at this job. I gotta go. It's time, right? So I was applying, and I ended up getting an opportunity to work at Comcast. And once I got that opportunity, then that's when I said, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna switch over. So working at Comcast, I got an opportunity to be, I think I was like a digital traffic coordinator. And I can't remember what the pay was. It was like a little bit more than what I was making, but I was just like, I just have to do what I gotta do at this point. No, I'm not making hella bands like I was in the film industry, but I had my weekends off, and I still had the opportunity to, you know, do other things outside of work to make money. So then that is when I talked about this on my channel too. I was working for Appen, and I was working at Comcast at the same time, and I was doing this thing called focus surveys, where you can like do surveys and you get paid like $300 for doing survey. Y'all, one thing about me, I've always been a hustler, baby, and I have always loved the finer things in life. When it comes to having that hair done, them nails, or just being able to travel, I was gonna make a way, and I just did stuff. I said, hey, this job be paying me this, I'm gonna find other jobs to be paying me this. So that's also something I want to note in this video. Make sure you have to have multiple streams of income. I don't give a I don't give a F if you making over 6 figures right now. You need to be thinking of something else you need to be doing to you just never know. So make a long story short, I'm doing that. I'll probably stay at that job for maybe 8 months. Yeah, probably like 8 months. And then from there is when I got an opportunity. Now, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Now at this point, I'm not gonna tell y'all the places that I worked at. Not because I'm not trying to keep it real with y'all, but just because I'm on a large platform. I don't know who's watching. I don't know if these companies watching. I don't know if y'all gonna try to kill me. I don't know. I don't know what y'all be having going on. So I'm not gonna disclose these companies. So I'll stop where I stopped at. So the next job I got, my job title was a sales coordinator. I had no idea what the job was gonna be paying at the time. I just was like, Lord, I think at the time when I was at Comcast, I was getting paid, how much I was bringing home a month? Probably like 22, almost $2,400 a month. It was something like that. In my job, that was nothing compared to what I was making. I need y'all to hear me. So I was penny pinching, but like I said, I was doing other things. So one thing to this day, I'm so proud of, I have never in my life not been able to pay my rent. Thank you, Jesus. Like, let's just take a moment to just thank God. I've never in my life been in a position where I couldn't pay my car note, my rent, my bills. Like, I maybe couldn't get my hair done, or maybe couldn't afford the shit that don't matter. But when it comes to them bills, baby, I've never in my life, like, I literally have 100% payment history on my credit. Like, I make a priority for that stuff, and I've never had to ask a soul to pay my rent, to pay my bills. And this is not to rub it in nobody's face to make y'all feel like, damn, what you trying to say, sis? This is more so just like, I'm trying to uplift my sisters and uplift my kings. And so you just gotta do what you gotta do, and try your best not to put yourself in no position where you need anybody to do nothing for you. That was my biggest thing. I don't want nobody to ever say, Asha needed this, she needed that. No, ma'am. So anyway, make a long story short, I applied, I got whatever. So then my boss at the time, she was like, okay, so, you know, what do you want? She asked me, so you know when you're doing an interview, you tell the recruiter what your range is, right? So I told the recruiter, I was like, because at the time I was making like $30,000 a year. I was like, I just want to make 45. I was like, 45. So I was like, 45, like telling her that. And the recruiter was like, okay, yeah, sure, we can do that. So when I went, and like, when I tell y'all, God has blessed me with some, like, I'm almost getting a little teary-eyed. I'm not crying on camera. That's over with. But he has really blessed me with some strong black women in my life. You know how, like, we always feel like black women don't be looking out for one another, and we so this and that. And that's very true, because I also have run into women that were jealous and envious and didn't want to see the best for me. But I've ran into some really strong, independent women who have put me on. And I remember sitting in that interview, and we was talking, she was vibing with me. She was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hire this girl. She was like, so how much do you want, or whatever? So I told her, I was like, oh, I told the recruiter 45. She said, you told the recruiter what? I said, I told her 45. She literally threw her hands down, started moving back. She's an older woman a little bit. She started moving back around in that chair, and I was like, fuck, like, I'm looking crazy. She was like, don't ever say that again. Like, she had her lips rolled up. And then my boss at the time, she's an older black woman, been single. She's single woman. She just grinded and worked her way all the way up to the top. She just know what it is to be a black woman in this industry. And she basically told me, do not ever lowball yourself like that again. You have your master's, girl. Not only do you have your master's, you have experience. She was like, no. And then she basically wrote it down on a piece of paper and slid it to me and said, this is what you need to ask for. When I'm gonna offer you the job, when she call you back, you need to tell her you won't be budging until you get this. So I looked at it and I was like, ooh, I said, damn, you want me to ask for that, sis? I was like, cause at the time, not that I didn't think I deserved, because I just never knew black people was making this kind of money. I never knew. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I know black men who had gotten to that level, but as black women, do you know, I think the median that black women make, if I could be wrong, it's either 12 $1,000 a year, or 30. It may be 30. I think 30. I think women in general is 30. Something about the 30 number. I gotta look that up. But make a long story short, I had never knew black women was making more than. So when I hit that 45, I was like, oh, 45, I'm in the building. She was like, oh no, you need to ask for this. She slid it to me, and I was like, okay. So I get the job, and I told her, I said, yes, I want this. So the line of lady on the phone like, oh, okay, yeah, we can do that. It wasn't no confusion. So now my head is blown, because I'm like, oh wow, she's not she obliged, like it's not no issue. And from that day, this was in 2018, y'all, when this popped off for me. From that day, that's when I realized I will never lowball myself again. I'm negotiating my rate every single time, because you got me messed up if you think that you're gonna lowball me. And I have all the credentials, and I got all this stuff going. I have all this experience. I learned from there. So I stayed at that job for 3 years. I just left that company in 2021 in August. And the only reason I left that company is because I stayed at that job. I got a promotion early 2020. So I got a promotion with like in a year, basically a year and a month. I ended up getting promoted, got more money, got a better title. And then rest of 2020 happened, 2021 happened. I started to feel like I was becoming pigeonholed. Now, if you don't know what that word means, pigeonhole means when a company, or a person rather, tries to keep you in a position because they may need you there. They can't find nobody else to do the job. It's just, even in actor and actress world, it's the same thing. You can see an actor and be like, dang, he playing the same stuff all the time. That's because they typecast him as the funny guy, or the mean girl, or the mama. You know, you see them actors and be like, damn, she always somebody mama. That's basically it's all in the same family. So make a long story short, I felt like I was becoming pigeonholed to that position because I was so good at it. They couldn't find nobody else to do it. It just was a lot. And the book of business I worked on, and by the way, if I haven't mentioned this whole time, I still work in sales. I work in advertisement sales. I can't remember if I had mentioned that, but nonetheless, so the book of business I worked on was like majority of the company at the time, the majority of the revenue the company brings in. So it was like, oh, we need her here. You know, we don't want to move her around to other departments. And at the time, I'm like, I want to be an account manager. I don't want to be a planner no more. I don't want to be a digital sales planner no more. I want to get to the next level, because that's what I had got promoted to, becoming a digital sales planner. But like I said, I had been doing that for years. I was like, all right, sis, it's time to become to the next level. I wanted to be a manager. That was on my bucket list of things that I saw for myself before I turned 30. And I was like, I'm going to be somebody's manager. So make a long story short, I left that company because I came to the conclusion companies are not, and then this is also very important if y'all taking notes or y'all listening to what I'm saying, companies are not going to pay you what you deserve. Y'all, they just not going to do it. I see it all the time. Companies will keep the same person in the same 2 positions for 10 years and go out and hire somebody else from a whole nother company, a whole nother state, to do the job that you really want. They do it all the time. So you know what you have to do to combat that? You got to get the F on. And I know I'm sounding real, whatever, but that's the truth. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all and be very transparent. You have to leave. You cannot let these companies keep y'all and hold y'all back. So anyway, make a long story short, I loved all the people there, cherished them. I had built family relationships. This was a job that I had been at this job no longer than any job I had ever had in my life. So I really felt like family to me. They still to this day feel like family, but I had to play chess and not checkers. I had been poached. And that's why I say right now is an important time, y'all, to get another job, because LinkedIn, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, you need to make one, y'all. And I need to get on there and make one, an Indeed account, all them accounts, because companies are thirsty and they are looking for people. This is the time to get up and move and get you some more money, sis. Because I'm telling you, they're not gonna, you gonna wait around for a promotion and you're gonna get a damn near $5,000 to $7,000 promotion. What is that? What is that? Why wait around for a company to give you a $5,000, $7,000 promotion when you gonna get a whole nother job and get a $20,000 promotion? 15, like, you can really up your ante. So I would tell anybody, you know, again, if you can, like, you don't have nothing that can hold you back, Go find you another job, sis. Hopping around on a resume is nowhere near looked down on as much as it was back in the day. Like back in the day, it was, oh, you gotta be at a job for 17 years. That is a baby boomer mindset. That is a Generation Xer mindset. Millennials and Generation Z, we can do what we wanna do. We don't have to stay at these jobs for no years. After 6 months to a year, we're out, like you can go and it's fine. Nobody's gonna question why you didn't stay at the job. So I left and then I started another job, and I've been at that job since what is it, August, September, October, November. Yep, 6 months. 6 months. 6 months, sis. And guess what? I just realized I ain't even put no earrings on for y'all, but I should have put my LVs on for y'all so y'all can know. Okay? Matter of fact, I'll be back. Let me put my earrings on. Okay, y'all. I came back, but because I'm always rocking the new shit. Y'all know. If y'all seen that ATL, y'all from Georgia, y'all know, y'all get it. If not, y'all, it's gonna go over y'all head. But anyway, make a long story short, I had to go put my girls back on because guess what? Your girl just secured another bag, okay? And now I am, again, I'm never gonna disclose how much money I made, but just know I upped the scope, I upped the ante, and I will be starting my new job very soon, guys. And yeah, this is where we are. I'm account manager, and yes, that's as much as I'm gonna tell y'all. And don't be trying to Google what y'all think account managers make because it varies. But just know, sis is up, period, okay? So anyway, I'm being funny now, but seriously, guys, like, hopefully this video helps somebody. Hopefully you receive what I was trying to give you throughout this video, because again, this video is not intended to make anybody feel less than or like they're not doing enough. This was just to help a sister, help a brother out as to some steps I took. It took me years to get to where I am. Yes, I work from home. Again, me working from home is because I literally stayed at one job and stayed at one type of trajectory and worked my way up. I didn't switch careers or industries too much. I stayed and doing the same thing, and I just keep going up a title. So a lot of you ask, well, I want to work from home. What can I do? You have to start somewhere and work your way up. That's the best thing I can tell you. I don't know many things about other industries, but I know in sales, majority of sales people right now work from home. When you work in sales, you can do what you want to do as far as that. Long as you can make calls or answer or send out proposals and do what you got to do, you can work anywhere in the world and have a sales job. Now, if you trying to be a nurse or you trying to do other stuff, then yeah, you're going to have to be in, they need you there. But I'm just saying, for what I do, I'm blessed and I'm able to work from home. So anyway, again, I hope this video is found with pure intentions. If you guys have any questions, please, you know, I'm here to help and let you guys know. But the last thing I want to leave you guys off with before I close out this video is, no matter how much money you're making, sis, you always want to have multiple streams of income. That is also a part of me and what I do. Y'all see that I do YouTube, and yes, I do get paid to do YouTube, and I do other little things that I will one day share with you guys. But it's like, at the end of the day, like, don't ever just allow yourself to be stuck on one thing. You guys saw how the pandemic popped off and how it left everybody with their hands up in the air. Make sure that if you didn't learn anything else, learn from that, hey, I need to have other stuff going on. I can't put all my eggs in one basket. And then the last thing I want to share with you guys is just always make sure you negotiate your worth. If a company say they got $10 to give you, you ask for 15 or you ask for 20 and hope they give you 15. These companies have the money. Believe me, so many companies are winning right now from that what happened in 2020, because now they have cut down overhead. They don't have those big buildings no more. They have money. They have it. No company is gonna offer you a job and then take it back because you asked for $10,000 more. Nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna do that. And I just want to make that very clear. Like, ask for your worth and don't stop applying for jobs until you get what you are worth. Don't be afraid to job hop. If you need to up the ante and you want a raise every 6 months, get you a raise every 6 months. What are we waiting on? Don't wait for Best Buy. I'm just calling out a random company. Don't wait for Best Buy to say, oh yeah, girl, come on over here. you know what I'm saying, and stay here for years to come, and then you scared to apply to Target because you like, damn, I only been at Best Buy for 3 months. Who cares? If Target is willing to take you, knowing that in their head, that shows you how much they really care about that. They don't care. They just need the bodies. They need the warm bodies and seats. So again, I'm gonna leave this video off on that note. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, leave me a message, a comment, and I got y'all back. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.